Michigan Golf Live and the Fore Golfers Network invites you on a road trip to the Mauna Kea Resort on Hawaii's Big Island. One of the big challenges in a video like this is finding a way to capture your attention in the first few seconds so that you won't turn away. To find a visual so gripping and compelling that it also wraps up in a nutshell the beauty of the destination we're about to feature. I think we have that. We've come to the Big Island for some big fun, and our featured destination is the breathtaking Mauna Kea Resort. And with scenes like this, there can be no doubt why this is one of the world's most popular travel destinations. Look at this beauty. Most often when I start an interview, I have a question in mind, but for Vicky Komitani, the Director of Public Relations for Mauna Kea, I start with just this. Wow. This place is crazy.
Okay, interview's done, right? We're good.
Thank you so much for introducing us to such a special place you call home.
We are so lucky, and I pinch myself every day. I really do. I love it here.
Well, as well you should. From the moment I first stepped into the lobby and walked all the way through and got a glimpse of what's currently behind us, it never ceased being that cool the whole time we were here.
It has that effect on everybody, really. It's a hard place to describe. It's hard to put in writing and to put into words because there's so much that happens that is a feeling, and it happens for most people as soon as they step into the lobby. Exactly that.
It took a special vision many years ago, over 50 years ago, for all of this to come into place, because until then there was nothing but a beautiful cove area here, right?
Exactly. 1960, Lawrence Rockefeller was convinced by our first governor of Hawaii, William Quinn, to come and find a place on one of the neighbor islands to help develop tourism. Waikiki was booming and doing really, really well. Sugarcane was already kind of on its way out the door, and so Rockefeller came, was in an airplane, had sighted many different locations on different islands, and saw this bay here, which is Kaunaoa Bay, and said, I want to go for a swim. And so the plane sat down, and he went in the water and went for a swim and looked up at majestic Mauna Kea Mountain, which is, by the way, the tallest mountain in the world when it's measured from the seafloor. Just threw that in. And he said, this is where I'll put my hotel. He felt that, you know, he had the beach, so he had the anchor that he needed, and he could do anything from that point on. And 1965, Mauna Kea Beach Hotel opened, and here you are.
Well, from that day until this day, it has been consistently amazing. You mentioned that he went for a swim. That's something that every guest here seems to be doing because the water is warm. This is really a place to get away from it all, isn't it?
It is, and that's what its purpose and thought has been from day one, and still is today. And whether it's a honeymoon or just a couple's getaway, a family reunion, whatever the occasion is, it really becomes a special place. And I think both that, you know, we just have 252 rooms, so we're not too big, we're not too small, but you never get the sense that you know, it's busy or crowded. Everybody finds, you know, their little spot, and most of the time, yes, that is on the beach. So during the day, that's where everybody goes, and then in the evening there's, you know, fabulous places for dinner at our Copper Bar and our Manta restaurant. We have a luau, of course, and a clam bake down at How Tree at the beach on Saturday nights. So definitely everything you need is right here without leaving.
Leaving is the hard part, but at the end, when it's eventually time to go back home, I would think that you see a lot of people already planning their return visits.
That's a great statement, because over 60% of our guests are return guests. So they come back again and again. They become friends with people like Josh, our director of golf, with Craig Potler, who is our director of tennis, the beach staff down here at the beach, our bartenders, our servers. It really becomes what in Hawaii we call ohana, which is family, and there is a very keen sense of that here that our guests really, really enjoy and appreciate year after year.
Could I be the director of something just so I can hang out for a while?
You could be the director of interviews.
Yes. I am now the official director of interviews at Mauna Kea Resort. If you have an interview you need done, please contact me. I'll be right up in one of those beautiful rooms. And before we go, I do want to comment about those deluxe rooms. I mean, you can open up the sliding doors, step out on a large balcony, and just soak in that view that takes your breath away.
Yeah, the rooms here are pretty special, and what I love about them is that not only are the rooms really spectacular, but the lanai, which is the balconies, whether you have a golf view or an ocean view or a beachfront view, the lanai of all of our rooms is really spacious so that you can step out and whatever your view happens to be, you can really appreciate it.
Well, I can't thank you enough for your hospitality, and as the new director of interviews, we're going to go from Vicki to introduce to you the director of golf, Josh Silliman. With the director of golf, Josh Silliman, 2 courses, and let's take them in order that I played them, which would bring us to Hapuna first. Mr. Palmer did some amazing things on that course back in, if I remember right, 1992.
That's correct, 92. Yeah, I tried to, I guess, go with a little bit of a natural native sort of carving out, similar to a link style golf course there.
Well, it's remarkable, at least for this Midwestern boy, to look around and not only get glimpses of the ocean, but these huge mountain ranges that surround us. The vistas are really hard to beat.
360 degrees of panoramic views, yeah. Like you said, the mountains in the background. Turning around, you've got, I mean, vast, expansive views of the blue ocean, you know, just everything. The colors pop everywhere.
I happen to have a pretty good day on the scorecard at Hapuna, which means that it's a user-friendly course because, as we'll learn in a moment, I didn't do quite as well on the other one. What is it to you that's the greatest challenge and maybe the character of that Hapuna golf course?
I think number one, Hapuna Golf Course's views are just absolutely terrific, like I was saying before. Just every hole, 360 degrees, the ocean background. But I think it's a player's course where you've got to kind of pick and choose your way around. It's not just wide open and blast driver off every tee. So there's a little bit of character with, you know, playing some iron shots, maybe playing it a little bit more safe.
Well, if that's the user-friendly course and the greens are forgiving, that helps explain why I played a little better, because then I came over here to where we're standing on the first tee at the Mauna Kea golf course and had my jaw dropped all through the round, not just on your signature third hole, but all through the round, but also had some more challenge and a little bit more bite to it.
Definitely some bite. The bunkers, I think, are the number one challenge that we hear from most of our golfers that come off of the course. There's 99 bunkers here at Mauna Kea Golf Course.
I only found 91 of them, tops.
The greens are very undulating, so another challenge there. So you're, you know, trying to avoid the fairway bunkers, trying to avoid the greenside bunkers, and then once you're on the greens, trying to find a way to just two-putt is sometimes a challenge as well.
Now, I don't want to overlook the signature third hole because it really is stunning, and I read that back in its design phase it was declared or promised to be the most beautiful golf hole in the world, and I haven't really found one to beat it yet.
I was going to ask you, is there one that's better that you've seen? So I agree. It's yeah, that again with the colors that are on that hole. I mean, from the blue water coming up to the black lava, up to the emerald green fairways, and then of course the white sand in the bunkers. It's pretty tough to beat, and it's, you know, the back tee being 270 yards over that blue Pacific Ocean is quite amazing.
So what's it like living and working in paradise?
That's a great question. Getting to do, I guess, what I love, which is golf, you know, working at a place like Mauna Kea Resort is second to none. I mean, that beach that you guys have shown, it's just one of those places where you stand there and pinch yourself and go, man, am I really standing here looking at this right now? So it's pretty special.
There's a Hawaiian word, mahalo, that means gratitude, appreciation, and a whole lot of things that go along with truly embracing and enjoying a special destination like this. When it's time for you to plan your next warm weather escape, you're not going to find any place more special than Mauna Kea Resort.